Councillor Harper.
Diolch, Chair. I think out of all the decisions that we'll make in this chamber, the one that we're going to make today on this local development plan is arguably one of the most important, and that's because every single person in Wrexham is going to be impacted by the consequences of this level of development if it goes ahead. 8,500 houses, a population increase of 20,000 people, and tens of thousands more cars on our roads. The impact is huge, so let's just consider what that actually means. How is the miler going to cope with an additional 20,000 people? Have you been to A&E lately? Where are the extra GPs and extra doctors coming from? Because we know we can't recruit enough doctors as it is. How are council services going to cope with a 20% population increase? We're going to be dealing with the next council budget in this chamber in just a few weeks' time, and we're going to be talking about the impact of austerity and the reduced settlement from Welsh Government, which makes up 3/4 of this council's funding. We'll be talking about how this council has to cut millions more from its budget and how that means services have reached tipping point, and how pressure is continuing to increase on services such as children and adult social care. How is increasing the population by 20% going to help that situation? Can anybody explain that to me? There's also going to be increased pressure on schools, on a myriad of other services too. Then there's the road network. An extra 20,000 cars potentially. You know, it's bad enough trying to get around the town now, but if this goes ahead, we're going to be spending half our lives in traffic jams. Is that what you want? I could go on about the loss of green fields, the increase in pollution, the increase in waste production, but you get the gist, and you already know these things. The damage this plan will do is obvious, but I'm yet to hear anybody outline even one benefit that even remotely offsets these detrimental impacts. So we have to ask, why on earth is this even in front of us? Because the latest statistics tell us that the local population is static. So why are we even entertaining such high levels of overdevelopment? It's here because the Labour Welsh Government are insisting on it. They want these houses built, but these houses don't meet any local need. They're not going to provide affordable starter homes for young families or the bungalows for our older population to downsize to. And I'm not against development where it's affordable and it benefits us. But this plan isn't about providing the right type of houses in the right place to meet local needs. These houses are for commuters. This plan is about speculative development, it's about developers making money, and it's about turning Wrexham into a dormitory commuter town, and we should be fighting tooth and nail against it. Now, I've heard councillors here say that the market will dictate whether or not these houses are built. But our planning system is not there to facilitate the market or the wants of developers. We're not here to bolster their profit margins. The planning system is supposed to be a filter to ensure development levels are sustainable. It's supposed to protect our local communities from unsustainable development, not to enable it. And this plan is an abuse of our planning system. You know, we've already had 20 years of overdevelopment in this town, and local people tell us time and time again they don't want this level of development to continue. They don't want our villages to merge. They don't want us to lose our identity. They don't want to see their quality of life reduced because of increasing pressure on our services, on our infrastructure. So if the Welsh Government want this plan, then let them enforce it and let them be accountable for it, but do not endorse it. The Planning Minister is Wrexham's AM, Lesley Griffiths. Let her argue the case for concreting over our town and explain the Welsh Government's rationale to local people, because this is their obsession, it's not ours. This council has got a disconnect with local people, and so many people tell me that the root of that mistrust lies in so many of the bad planning decisions that have been made in this place over the years. Decisions that have meant that people feel Wrexham has been developed in spite of them and not for them. So how about, just once, that this council makes a planning decision that local people can be proud of, that we represent what they want, and we turn down this disaster of a plan which has so many negative consequences and no benefits. Don't give the Welsh Government and developers the green light to turn this town into Cheshire on the cheap. We deserve better than that, and I urge you to vote against this plan today.